Good morning, welcome to another video. The end of season approaches. I thought before I have perhaps the last day or two on the Avon, which is in cracking condition, I'd come and have a go on this small river. This is the River Arrow. I'm on the Throckmorton Angling Club stretch today. There's a match up here at the weekend and 2 or 3 of the pegs had some real good weights off. There are a couple of renowned pegs anyway, but I think these fish are perhaps shoaled up in a couple of these pegs. So rather than the usual roving approach, which we will do should we need to, we'll perhaps stick it out, try and get some bites in 1 or 2 swims. That's my thinking at the moment. I've got a float rod and a ledger rod with me. I've got a little bit of liquidized bread mixed with some Sensors 3000 gross guard-ons, and I've got some white maggots, and that's it. So it's going to be as easy as that. I think we'll get hunkered down in this swim. It is a bitey cold. Taking my daughter to school this morning, it was trying to snow. That's how cold it is. It's bitey cold. I'm a little bit underdressed, I think, but we'll crack on anyway. The sun's supposed to come out, so that'll warm things up a bit. Right. Yeah, we'll have a go here, and if we're not doing anything, we'll perhaps have a move. Nice if we can have a few fish. I'd say this is a bit of a renowned swim. Just going to sprinkle some maggots in and see if we can get things going. We could perhaps have a fish around this way as well. Or perhaps run a float along. That'd be nice if we could do that. Well, that's a good start. Just kick my maggots over. There's a bit of a deep bit across to the right as well. Perhaps run the float right along. Gear wise, I've just got my 13-foot Daiwa Connoisseur 125M close face reel, a 1.4 gram alloy stem stick float, a size 20 hook. We'll give it an hour or so in here, see if we can get something going. A few cold nights though, so I'm not sure how the fish would have responded. Be a bit more confident on the Avon, a bit more capacity to the water, takes a bit more chilling. But in here, I'd imagine this water's chilled a bit the last few nights. Hopefully that sun will warm it up. I don't think I've ever caught a fish off this river on the float. So it'll be a first if we manage it today. Really? I thought it was the bottom foot at first. Wow. Oh, hello. He's off. Well, this can only be a chub. Wow. Do you believe it? Not a sign for 10 minutes and then we're in. God, he's proper fighting. Unfortunately, trudging right through the swim. Only on a 2.5 pound bottom, so I've got to be a bit careful. I cannot hurry this at all. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. There he is. Lovely looking small river chub. Come on. Come on, chap. Must be done by now. Nope. Trying to get under my feet, of course. Right, pig's ear of this. Got him. That's fantastic. So about 2.5 foot deep. I mean, you can't see the bottom. And there you go. First one in the bag, and that's, to be honest, that's a lovely fish as well. There we go. Got the hook out of him. How's about that? Wonderful. Right, we need to get the keep net in, don't we? Oh, it's a cracking start after 10 minutes. What a fight as well. Minnow. First sign of anything though since we had this fish. I'm massively surprised though, he did charge up and down in the swim, and then I've put the keep net in. We've probably spooked everything for 30 metres either way. Well, in about 20 minutes, so we had this fish. I'm not exactly tearing it up. We'll have another 15-20 minutes, I think, and then we'll have a move if we don't get anything going. We've got some shallow water upstream of us, shallow water downstream of us. So if these fish are here, in this sort of vicinity, they will be in this run along here, this deeper gully. Well, interesting occurrence. I've just put my rod down with the float holding back at the end of the swim. I was just looking at a message, and suddenly the rod started going, so clearly something's grabbed it down there. What we've got in here, just trying to figure it out really, we've got a bit of a deep gully in here, and then about 5 metres downstream it shallows up, and I've lost 2 or 3 hook links on the bottom there. But like I say, we just had a bite there holding back hard at the end of the swim. Unfortunately I didn't have the rod in my hand. So I'm wondering if perhaps I should be running through shallower and running through further. There we go, look. Yeah, that worked. Ooh, hello. Again, I was just holding that back hard at the end of the run. Oh, come on. Oh, blimey. It's going absolutely nuts. God, I find it crazy. Wow, some cracking fishing on here. Fighting like absolute demons. Come on. I think you're a pound and a half. Can't complain at this. This is wonderful. There we go. Lovely chub in the spring sunshine, early spring sunshine. Fantastic. So yeah, I think they are holding further down. Now, question is, what do we do? Do we go shallower and run down, or do we try and pick them off at the end of the swim down there? I think we'll stay with what we're doing at the moment, holding back hard. That worked. Can't believe how hard these fish fight for modest chub. Just shows, you know, I was expecting them to be this deep bit in here, but they're clearly not. They're clearly in the shallower water down there. I've changed the shot in a bit so that the mag on the hook sinks a bit slower. I think that's helping it flutter up into the air as well, all the way to the upper layers of the water, not into the air. As we're down the bottom there. This fish may have backed off because obviously of creating a disturbance, putting the keep net in and stuff. That's perhaps why they backed off down there. I don't really have any experience with this. Normally, we can fish small rivers like this, normally pick a fish off and then just move. I don't really have any experience of trying to get it going, but I guess it's like a bigger river, but obviously the fish are more easily spooked. I would imagine they'll move up onto these maggots into this deeper water, as long as we don't create too much disturbance. Talking of disturbance, where's the dog? Oh yeah, over there. I'm just running down. If I run any further than that bit of ivy that's dangling in the water there, I'll lose hook links. There's a snag or something down there, so that time I just held back there like that, Well, might take a bit of feeding to get them back on these maggots after that fish. All right, we've got a robin visiting us. Don't worry, mate, there's loads of maggots. Yeah, I'll have some of them. I still reckon they'll creep up into this gully. I will still keep running through there. Well, it's lovely sat here with this sun on me, with no wind. When the wind blows from behind me, it is absolutely Baltic. Really cold. It's a northerly, northeasterly. It's bringing this colder weather at the moment. We had a nice warm spell and it's gone a bit colder. I mean, I could go on the ledger and drop it in down there, but I want to fish a stick float, to be honest. And yeah, perhaps we'll catch a few less fish, but I'll enjoy it a lot more. It does seem they are sitting much further down. Like I say, I'm sure I pushed them down there. Let's see if we can pull them back up. So we'll hold that back. Holding back is just not letting the float go through. There we go, that's worked again. Oh, it's off again. Oh. Well, this is working. Just holding that float back at the bottom of the swim there. It's working beautifully. Clearly holding down there. I definitely get the feeling now. They're sitting down there, these maggots are going through and they're coming up, intercepting them when they get up to there. Oh, this is cracking fishing. Oh, I can't see a thing. The sun is right on the water there for me. Got him. This is wonderful. He's a nice fish as well. Another nice fish. What about that? Oh, we'll hold him over the net. Yeah, my reading is we've probably pushed those fish off down there just by the disturbance we've made, even though I've tried not to. And what I've done is put the olivette up near the float, and there's just a couple of droppers on here now. I think when I hold this float back, it's sitting at that sort of angle. And this maggot is wafting around in the current. They're moving up and grabbing it. This holding back is working really well. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully you'll be able to see. They do seem to be hungry, so I would bet they'll move up onto these maggots. Although if we keep catching, I think every time we catch one, we spook them again. Well, I can't run down much further than about there without losing hook links. So what I'm going to do is just hold that. It just slowly kites in. If this is how the fishing's going to be, I'll probably move to the end of this platform and then we'll be holding this float further out. Like I said, I don't really want to chase them off down there. I don't think we're doing ourselves any favours. Start running the float right through there. We'll pick them off as they come up. Right, I'm back. A bit more wrapped up. It's proper chilly in this wind. Got my cap as well, as and when the sun comes back out. Right, see what we can do. Certainly holding back down there seems to be the one. Unless in a sort of 10 minutes where I've not been disturbing the swim by running the float through. Perhaps these fish will have moved up the peg. There we go. Yeah, I've moved up the peg a bit. Didn't even get to hold that one back. Doesn't feel massive. I don't know. He's grown a bit. So, nice chub. Come on. Got it. Well, this is cracking. I'm really enjoying this. What a lovely fish. Wonderful. I'm sure that will have upset them again though. I did put a little bit of ground bait in, so they might have perhaps moved up onto that. Where it's sort of 50-50 liquidized bread and Sensus 3000. That was definitely a lot higher up the swim. Oh, I missed that one. I was just looking around to me, flapping in the edge. It's a Mars bar. There we go. Oh my goodness, mate. God, they're up on these maggots now. That one's absolutely flown off downstream. You see how they do some weights in the matches off these pegs. Yeah, he's got his fin wrapped around the line. Come on. Oh, there we go. It's come off. It's coming in sideways. That's better. He is hooked in the right place. I thought he was. Another cracker. Wonderful. As the wind picks up. Oh, blimey. Well, how good is this? He's the biggest one of the session, I think. Not that we're going to catch any monsters today, but lovely. Certainly is hooked in the right place, right in the corner of the mouth. Well, it looks like putting that bit of ground bait in's worked. They've certainly moved up a few yards. I don't think it'll last too long if we keep oiking them out like this. Oh, this wind is horrible. It's freezing cold. It's one of those days, it's like 6 degrees, feels like 1 degree. There we go. Hopefully you saw that, I was just holding it back. This one's off again. They're fighting like absolute demons today. Come on. I got it. Absolutely loving this. This is wonderful. The cracker. Middle of the top lip. 10 out of 10. Well, I'm struggling to get a bite. All of a sudden we're bagging up. And again, it's a fish every chuck at the moment. Just holding it back as he gets towards the end of the run. just slowing it down there, not holding it back hard. Trouble is, they're scrapping so hard I can't drag them out of the area very quickly. I'm fishing fairly fine. So he's gone right back over there. He'll be spooking all his mates. Oh, I've gone onto a 2-pound bottom. And these fish are, I don't know if it's coming across, they are really, really scrapping. I mean, not like winter scrapping at all. So they fight in the summer. Come on. Every single one's managed to avoid the landing net. Got him. A nice stamped fish as well. Probably best part of 2 pound, most of them. Another lovely fish. The maggot skin on his nose. What a session. I thought I was going to have to move. It was pretty rubbish after that first fish. For best part of half an hour, I would say. It is literally a bite of chuck now. Now, you'll know if you watch the channel, I tend to like standing up when I'm trotting. And to be honest, I would here. But firstly, being down a bit is getting us out of the wind. And secondly, I'd really be skylining here if I was stood up. And obviously we're fishing really close. And although I can't see these fish because there's a bit of colour to the water, they'll be able to see me without any problem at all. So that is why I'm sat down. Just wanted to get off the skyline. There we go. Literally bite a chuck. This is madness. What some fishing here on Throckmorton. Wow. I'm going on a tour of the swim with this bloke. Properly having to play him out. Gotcha. All right, we're in double figures now, you know. If not, we're not far off. He might be the biggest one so far. Right, we'll give it a minute. We're not in a match. We're not desperate to bag up. We'll let them get their confidence back. I'll feed for 5 minutes, put a bit more of this bread ground bait mix in. It's got that lovely sort of chocolatey aroma of Senses 3000. I don't know what they make it from. Chocolate biscuits, I think. From the smell of it. I'm throwing that quite upstream because I want it to sink and be sort of in front of me to hopefully get these fish up. Well, I was going to have a go in here and then perhaps have a move, but I'm not sure we're going to have a chance to have a move. It's going that well now. Perhaps if it slows up, we will. See, there's a bite. Float's just... I've not particularly got this float shotted right down. It's only shotted to just above the shoulder. Just so if we do get some minnow bites, like we've had a few, we can tell them apart from the chub bites. There we go. Oh, yeah, a couple of goes at that. Very tempting to move out a little bit onto this platform, if I'm honest. Make life a bit easier. But I didn't want to spook any fish in front of us, but it doesn't look like there are any fish in front of us. They are down there though. They have come up into their steeper gully. I probably spooked them off really, putting that keep net in the first place. Mind you, you've got to put it in at some point, haven't you? We had to get the rod tip behind this float a bit more. So when I hold it back, it'll be holding out in deeper water. Holding back in deeper water. So I like to hold it there, but it's just coming in a foot or two. Although we're still getting bites, so it's not It's not a problem. Oh, have I missed that one? Right, let's come out a little bit. Just a foot or two, like I say, perhaps. Ooh. Problems with having a tiny hook on, I think. They just fly off down street. Oh, he's nearly down at that next tree. Come on. I say, we're not catching any beasts, but, you know, that's not what it's about. And if I was to sit on the end of this platform, I could touch the other side with this 13-foot rod. And that's how tiny this bit of river is. And what some fishing. And what more could you want? Come out mid-morning and trot single maggot and catch lots of decent stamped chub. At the beginning of March. Oh. Got him. Well, getting towards the middle of March now, aren't we? Of course. Ooh, what did I say? It might move up into this gully. That's really high up the gully, that was. I think that perhaps that ground bait's helped. I'm not hammering it either, to be fair. I'm catching a fish, then giving it at least 2 or 3 minutes without running the float through again. Come in. Yes. Yeah, we definitely moved them up. I'm sure this ground bait's helping. Oh, lovely fish. All much of a muchness. God, he's troughed that. I've totally lost count how many we caught. We know to expect bites anyway now. So glad I stayed on the float. So glad. I was very tempted to change to the ledger. Huh. I've just seen one, a big chub's mouth about 3 inches under the surface, just open and take a maggot. They're definitely up in here now. There we go. Wonderful. I can't believe this tiny little stretch of river. You can see the bottom on about 80% of it. You wouldn't believe there was this many chub in here. All chub again though. All we've caught most of the winter, isn't it? It's chub. This one's cooperating a bit better. There we go. This is wonderful. There we go. Certainly one of the bigger ones. Certainly one of the livelier ones. It's nice, that one on the hook now is just sinking nice and slowly. Same as the freebies through there. These bites are fierce as well when they're snatching it when I'm holding back. So I've got the anti-reverse off, just so I don't get smashed off. So as I say, we're fishing fairly fine. I think a lot of these bites, they would just smash the hook link the way they're grabbing the maggot. Well, I've shallowed up just, I don't know, maybe 6 inches or so. Just thinking it would help with running through here as we get some bites through there. The chub, a couple of times I've seen chub come up and intercept the maggots when they're quite shallow. I really thought that would get us some bites, but we've not had a bite since, so I think I'm going to put it back. Well, that's not worked at all. There we go. We were too shallow. I shallowed up. First run through, we've had a bite. Just a couple of times I've seen them come shallow, but clearly they'd rather be deep. Come on, chap. In you come. Nope. I'll look at the net. No thanks. Got him. Wonderful. What a beautiful fish. Absolutely fantastic. Middle of the top lip again. It's crazy, isn't it? Just 6 inches. Come 6 inches shallower. 4 or 5 runs through without a bite. Drops it back down again. Bang. Bite straight away. Yes, it is a fish. I thought it was. I can't believe, how on earth did we manage to go 20 minutes odd earlier on after that first fish without getting a bite? It feels a bit of a better fish, if I'm honest. He did from when I struck into him. Well, he's no monster. I think, as I say, I think these fish spooked off downstream earlier on. When we caught that first fish, we put the keep net in. We've encouraged them back up. That's my reading. This ground bait and these keeping feeding these maggots. Oh yeah, he's definitely fish of the day. He's a decent fish, he is. Well, hopefully you can hear me all right, but this wind is absolutely hacking now. It's coming off my sort of right shoulder. This is my best catch off this little river by a long way. Well, not surprisingly, it's gone a little bit quiet. By that I mean I haven't had a bite for about 10 minutes. Well, first bite for 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, he's off. Bye bye. Does make me laugh the way they run downstream, because it's just shallower down there and there's nothing really down there. I guess it's just because you're pulling this way, they just want to pull the other way. This feels a better fish again, he's just trudging. So we're connecting with a few slightly bigger ones. Now all the the more modest ones have had their fill, or are in the keep net, or both. It's a lovely rod this is for doing this. Nice and forgiving. Lovely action. Fish lovely light hook links. Yeah, he looks like he could well be the biggest fish of the day. I don't think it's a coincidence that the bites have slowed up and we've caught a couple of bigger fish. Oh, he's a nice fish. He's definitely the biggest fish of the day. Oh yeah, definitely. Cool, blimey. Oh, careful. He's a cracker. That is best part of £3 if it's not £3. Wonderful. That's a lovely fish. Right, I've just had 5 or 10 minutes without casting in, just to rest the swim up a little bit. It's gone a bit quiet. We've had a couple of better fish in the last sort of 20-25 minutes. But that's been it. It's gone a lot quieter, so I'm guessing we've given a bit of a hammering and there's not that many left down there, and the bigger cautious ones are getting a bit of a look in now. That's the way I'm reading it. But I'm going to have to go in about 10 minutes anyway, so it's kind of timed it well really, but we've had a heck of a catch. I've totally lost count. Goodness knows how many chub we've caught today. I would say at least, well, between 15 and 20, I would say, in just over 3 hours. Crazy. But like I say, it's gone quiet now anyway. Hello, Mr. Robin. Well, that's a special treat. Third last run through. You have to have 3 or 4, don't you, last runs through. And he's come and landed at the end of my welly. No, we'll leave you to it, Mr. Robin. That's been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Right, let's try and have a look at what we've caught, but we've caught a lot of fish today. I think this net's going to be quite heavy. Blimey. That is crazy. Well, I don't want to mess these fish about too much, but there's quite a few in there, as you can see. Wow. Right, let's get them back. Go on, chaps. Back you go. Wow. All gone. Yeah. Well, I was hoping we'd have had a good session, but yeah, didn't quite believe it was going to be that good. That was absolutely wonderful. From this tiny little bit of river, we did it all on the float as well. Absolutely fantastic. Now, as I say, this is just a club stretch. I'm behind Cofton Court. I'm on peg 82. This is the Throckmorton Angling Club stretch. I appreciate that you won't see this until the season is over, but obviously tickets available for next season. I'll leave some contact information on screen and down in the description as well of where you can get tickets from. I think the corn stores in Redditch sell them, I believe, as well. But like, you can contact the club as well. As I say, there'll be some contact info, and can't recommend them highly enough. That's been absolutely wonderful. Now, I should be back out tomorrow, most probably on the Avon. That's the plan at the moment. I think, hopefully, to do a bit more trotting, as long as it's not too windy tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be too bad. This wind is biting. I can't say I'm going to be sad to get out of the wind today, that's for sure. And all there is left to do is say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support. Thanks to those of you who supported me through buymeacoffee.com, and I'll see you again very soon.